Hi there, and aloha from the beautiful island of Kauai, Hawaii. Just arrived yesterday evening. An amazing, nice, warm, sunny, a little bit windy day here. Today is Sunday, January 12th, 2025. Currently 78 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 25 degrees Celsius. Here, a very nice beach. Not sure what it's called. It is in front of the resort where I'm staying. A little choppy and rocky, not ultimate swimming here by the looks of it. The plan for today is definitely to get to a nicer beach on the island, better for swimming and relaxing at. So I figured out that I think this is my 12th time to Hawaii. Since summer of 1989, I was 17 years old. I had just graduated from Berkeley High School, California, and my mom paid for a trip to Hawaii as a high school graduation gift, along with my brother. So the three of us came to Kauai here. She planned the whole trip. I wouldn't have had any idea which island to go to. Knew, almost nothing about Hawaii other than the basics. We just came here for a week. And then, as I said, this is now my 12th time to Hawaii. 2 of those times I lived here. Once in 1998 for 6 months, and then in 2011 and 2012 for 8 months here on Kauai. I have visited 5 of the 8 Hawaiian islands. So it is an island chain here, smack in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Let's see if I can name all 8 of the islands more or less in order, starting with the Big Island, which is actually called Hawaii Island, but called the Big Island, of course, because it is the biggest, and because calling it Hawaii would be a little bit confusing. Maui, Oahu, Kauai. So those are the main 4 islands that most tourists go to. Off of the coast of Kauai here, let's wander this way, is Ni'iau, which I have not been to. I've been to the 4 main ones. And then you have Molokai, which I did go to recently. Lanai, that's 7, and then the 8 is Koholawai, something like that. And I believe that one is, I forget if it's a military base or it used to be a military base and now is only used for research purposes, something like that. But you can't visit Koholawai as a tourist. You also cannot visit Ni'iau. It is privately owned. So 6 of the 8 Hawaiian islands you can visit as you like as a tourist, find a hotel, etc. And so I would love to get over to Lanai one of these days. That won't be happening this time because I am here on Kauai for a week, staying up here, and then have a flight from Honolulu heading south, as I mentioned in my last video, south from here. So that's a pretty big hint. And so first I just wanted to mention my journey getting here and the cost of the flights. So as I discussed in my last video, I was in Mexico City before here. That was just yesterday morning. I had booked a flight from Mexico City to here on Expedia.com. It was $585 US for 3 flights, including seat selection and luggage. Mexico City to Houston, Houston to Honolulu, Honolulu to Lihue, the largest town here on the island of Kauai. So considering that I've been coming to Hawaii for almost 36 years now, 35 and a half years, 12 visits, lived here twice, then I thought that I would talk in this video and show, in the course of getting out here and seeing more of the island, is Hawaii overrated? Does it meet the hype? Is it really the tropical paradise that it is, you know, pumped up to be, or is it kind of a letdown? You're getting a nice taste of it right now. Great weather, beautiful tropical greenery, amazing plants. There are no dangerous animals you have to worry about, other than the centipedes. These big centipedes, which I think are originally from Asia, that are very ominous looking, and they can bite, and it can be quite painful. And I got bit by one once, and it was indeed painful, but not the end of the world, and those are very, very rare to see. I've seen them twice that I can recall. Anyways, they're very rare to see. Even rarer to get bitten by, and if you do get bitten by it, then it's not the end of the world, it's not going to be deadly. So, point being, nothing really to worry about except for, of course, sharks in the ocean. And ask Bethany Hamilton about that, who got her arm bit off by a shark while surfing here on Kauai. So, tropical paradise with nothing much really to worry about as far as the wildlife. Maybe some angry cows if you get too close or whatever, but tropical paradise, great weather, year-round. Summer is just a few degrees warmer on average than winter. It is rainier in the winter, so winter now. We'll see how it goes. I have a rain jacket. The problem is that it is the wrong rain jacket to have for the tropics. It is a very warm jacket that is waterproof, but not a nice, you know, thin jacket. So I'm hoping to not have to use it, but probably will at some point. I will discuss further whether, you know, Hawaii meets the hype or not, but you're getting a good taste of it so far. Beautiful, great weather, sunny, slight little breeze, amazing beaches, etc. The one main and really only drawback of Hawaii is it is freaking expensive. And so I'm going to discuss that a little bit right now, in particular accommodation, because you may have noticed at the beginning there I did not show the price of my room. Nice one-bedroom apartment with kitchen, balcony, great view. The reason that I didn't show the price is because I got a massive discount. I could not afford to stay where I'm staying. So I'm going to tell you the price on booking.com. So see the screen that I'm showing now of the price on booking.com for 1 week, which is what I reserved it for. And that is for the exact week that I am staying here, January 11th to January 18th. And so if you do the math on what is shown there, then including the taxes and fees, it comes to $2,660 US. Divide that by 7 and you get $380 per night. However, notice that it says 12% genius discount. That is because I use booking.com constantly, but if you don't have genius level, then you aren't going to get that 12% discount, which that 2660 is showing. And so then you have to do the math and work out what it is without the discount, and what you get is $422 US per night. $422 a night. I cannot afford that. That is way over my budget. I mean, I have the money in my bank account that I could pay for that, but I would be losing thousands of dollars for the week because I'm not gonna make that up at all from making these videos. So I cannot afford to travel in Hawaii. But as I said, I got a huge discount, and so I'm not going to explain how I got that discount now because it's complicated and would go into a whole other video explaining it. And so I'm going to make another separate video later explaining how I got that discount. So I can't afford Hawaii to the extent that I didn't rent a car. So here we go. That is why I'm now on the side of the road, because I'm going to start hitchhiking north and hope for the best. But Hawaii is one of the best places to hitchhike in the world, so it should work out eventually. And then there is the Kauai bus, and so we'll see where a ride gets me. The plan is to get to the north shore of Kauai, about 30 to 40 minutes drive. And so Kauai is a small island, but not a tiny island. To go from one end where the road ends this way to where the road ends the other way, I'm not sure how long that would take, but at least a couple hours, maybe 2 to 3 hours. But from here where I'm going, it should be 30-40 minutes. So I'll see if, when I get a ride here, where they get me, and then maybe I'll catch a bus from there. No Kumu camp furniture beyond this point. I am now in Anahola, going up to the north shore of Kauai. Nice beach here. It took about 13 minutes to get a ride there. And I learned a few things from the lady who gave me the ride. She is staying here, and so I decided to come down here and take a look. This is called Kumu Camp, and I had never heard of it before. It is a campground with yurts, as you can see, little wooden bungalows. You can pitch your own tent in spots, and those are, according to Sabrina, the woman from Oregon who picked me up, $35 closer to the beach, $25 further away from the beach. So this is a good budget option for visiting Hawaii. Now, there are the beach park campgrounds on Kauai here that are an even better deal. $3 per night if you book it in advance, or $5 if you don't book it in advance and they find you in the morning and then you have to pay $5. Now, that could be outdated information. Last I heard that was still the price, but anyways, there are a few of these campgrounds run by the county that are the $3 and $5 a night campgrounds, but this is nicer. They have hot water at the showers, and she said the little wooden bungalows might be like $85 a night, something like that, with a bathroom outside in like a shower room. So you have arrived at Kumu Camp. And then right on the beach here. I haven't spent any time down at Anahola in all my times visiting, so that's one reason I decided to come down here with her, is to take a look. And yeah, it's a nice beach, but definitely not one of the nicest beaches. So, fun fact about Kauai, it has more beaches than all the other Hawaiian islands combined. Now, I'm not sure if that's total number of beaches or length of beach by mile, because there is Polahale down in the southwestern part of the island, which is a massive long stretch of beach for like 30 miles or something. But anyways, there are just tons and tons of beaches that you can find on Kauai here that are not crowded. The most beautiful beaches in the world, including one that I will plan to go to today, one of my favorites. Some of them are very secluded. You have to know the right way to get there, drive down a road and then hike down a path. So the selection of beaches here on Kauai in particular is really amazing. But on the Hawaiian Islands in general, there are a lot of beaches. There is Waikiki in Honolulu, which is the ultimate Hawaiian beach, and of course it is super crowded and packed. Umbrellas and, you know, hard to find a spot to put your towel, etc. But there are just tons and tons of beaches all over the Hawaiian Islands that are not like that. So that is one of the advantages that makes it a true tropical island beach paradise. Now for me, one of the other drawbacks of Hawaii is the weather. Just that it is so erratic. You can be lying in the sun on a beach and then 10 minutes later it's pouring down rain on you and you have to kind of go, you know, get under a tree or whatever and wait for the rain to stop, and it usually doesn't last long, and then you get back out there. But it is just all over the place with the weather. I asked the lady there, Sabrina, how the weather's been since she's been here, which is for the past 3 weeks, and she said it has been quite dry with just a couple of days of rain. So that's pretty nice for winter, because winter on the Hawaiian Islands is definitely a distinct season, not like Alaska obviously, but on average it is only a few degrees cooler in the winter, but you do feel it. It feels generally a bit cooler, and it is also a lot rainier, much more likely to rain. So it can be perfect beach weather in the middle of winter, but you can also get spells of rain that can last for weeks sometimes. But mostly it is, you know, on and off, a bit of rain for short periods of time throughout the day. Now, another drawback for me is the waves, as compared to, as most of you know, my love with the Greek islands, and the lack of waves there makes it a lot easier to get in the water, to be able to swim. Of course, if you're a surfer, you're not going to like the Mediterranean. This is surfers' ultimate paradise here. But a lot of beaches, especially in the winter, because winter, bigger waves, summer, smaller waves. But in the winter, then the beach that I'm going to try to get to today, Secret Beach, it can be almost impossible to get in the water there because the waves are so big. Now, I learned something else from Sabrina there, which is that the Kauai bus doesn't run on Sundays. Today's a Sunday, so I was going to hop off in Kapa'a and show that town a bit, walk around there, and then catch the bus. That occurred to me. I was wondering, okay, does the bus run Sunday? Couldn't remember. And so she confirmed, no, it doesn't. So this will be a day of hitchhiking. And so Sabrina there is from Oregon, and in a transition period in her life, and somebody had, you know, invited her to come out and visit Kauai, some friends of hers here, but they didn't have room for her to stay with them, and so they had recommended that campground there, which I hadn't known about. So I'm glad that I now know about it for future visits, because that would be a heck of a lot cheaper than any hotel. Good luck finding a room here on Kauai for less than $300 a night. I looked on booking.com, and literally $300 rock bottom price and up. As you saw there, I have an apartment with a separate bedroom and a kitchen. Sorry to keep this one a bit of a mystery. All will be explained, but other than the amazing deal that I got there, then you have to expect to spend a lot in Hawaii, not just for accommodation. Food is expensive, and rental cars. So the last time that I rented a car on Kauai here, that might be the only time I ever rented a car here. Back in 2018 I was here, and I don't remember exactly how much I paid, but I think that it was like $800 for 6 days or a week or something like that. And so that is why I'm walking right now and hitchhiking, is save that 800 bucks. Also, just because I've lived here, then I know that you can get around with the hitching and the bus when it is actually running. Here's a good idea of the local houses. This is typical in Hawaii to not have fences between the houses. I'm not really sure why not. Maybe it's just kind of customary to not wall yourself off from your neighbors, something like that. Here you do have a little chain link fence, but anyways, nice, manicured lawn, and surrounded by the beautiful jungle greenery. And so it is a half-mile walk from the Kumu camp there to the main highway, and so I am walking back to the highway to continue the hitchhiking further up to the North Shore. So I will finally give my answer. Does Hawaii meet the hype? And I would say absolutely yes. As far as tropical island beach paradises go, it is definitely one of the best places. It's very well managed as far as the towns being nice, mellow towns. I would say Honolulu is one of my favorite cities in the United States. For being a big city, it is really quite nice. And then elsewhere on the islands, then the towns are, nothing special as far as the architecture, the construction, but they're, just super low crime, not trashed out or anything. For example, the Caribbean, I haven't been to a lot of the Caribbean, but a number of Caribbean islands, and you get about the same prices, but then the towns don't feel as nice. They're often neglected, kind of abandoned feeling. Definitely feel more rough around the edges, more crime. And so there's that aspect of just being a high standard of living. But then also, the natural beauty is just the best in the world. It is up there with, Switzerland and the Himalayas and national parks of Canada and Alaska. If you're picking the most beautiful natural places in the world, Hawaii is on that list, absolutely. So see there, we'll see it a little bit better in a minute, the beautiful mountain ridge there, the abundant, lush, green rainforest jungle. Here on Kauai, you have like 7 different microclimates. From the wettest place on earth, Mount Waialeale at the center of Kauai. I think that kind of depends on the year, like it changes around, but at some point, some year, then it has been the wettest place on earth right over there. But then you also have desert. On the southwestern, Polihali Beach around there is considered to be desert. And so there's a lot of variety, a lot to explore, a lot to see here, as compared to some other tropical islands that might be a lot smaller, not as much to explore, maybe more flat, Here you have great hiking. Okay, continuing the hitchhiking, although it's probably better that I get down to the bottom of the hill to the bus stop, which will be a much better spot for people to pull over. And also, I think there's a store down there to get a drink, so I think I'm just gonna keep on walking.